Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this Omizi vid. A few people sent me this, actually. They said I need to check it out because Ludwig and Asian's classes were highlighted in this, and they said they had amazing classes. Love that for them. So yeah, we're going to see what the classes entail. Let's watch.
The biggest criticism about last year's Streamer University was quite simple. You hear the words university, so you think of classrooms, schools, higher learning, degrees, all of this stuff like that. But last year's Streamer University felt more like a content campus than an actual university.
I ain't no regular professor, Nick. I really let that bitch blow in his bitch. I don't know about this job.
He's so
You
ghetto.
have to walk in this guy room right now. I ain't never met her. She could turn her head and say, I need that. What? How much? I see how much I got in my wallet. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what number you at.
While those
They
are
are
important life
ratchet.
lessons that I think Ben Dadon and DDG were teaching, this
But-
wasn't necessarily aligning with the concept of what a university actually is. This year, I think
To
that there was a
educate.
solve, though. The professors from this year's Streamer University were brilliant. They were genius. He brought in creators to
Work.
be professors that had
People said Asian did really good last year as well, too.
expertise in content strategy, networking, branding, and production.
Out of a lot of things that I pay attention to the most, I pay attention to the classes on this campus. And genuinely, when you could just focus real quick and just listen in a lot of these people's classes, you're going to leave with something that you have learned brand new.
And for the first time, the classes felt like the most important thing at Streamer University. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe.
Y'all go subscribe,
right here.
child.
We are only gonna grow to be bigger, so get in early while you can. Now back into the video. This video that I'm making right now is probably one of the most important videos that I have made, because if you are somebody who is watching my channel in aspiration to be a streamer or content creator, you need to tap into this one. Last year, Agent 00's classes stood out because he approached teaching like it was a real responsibility. He didn't only enter these classrooms to entertain people or manufacture clips. He gave out the game that he so desperately desired in his years of coming up in content creation, and through all the years of learning these things, he put it into a package and presentation that could be easily digestible and could impact people. This year, Content has seemingly expanded on this approach. And I think that there's no better person to look at in this new expansion of this approach with the professor lineup than the person who won Professor of the Year in Ludwig.
This is an example of two separate videos that I've done. One where I recorded the intro beforehand, the other one where the intro is just from the stream. Look at the difference, bro. 70% of people were watching at the 1 minute, 12 second mark. And I recorded the intro. That was the Mesh Chameleon one you saw. The other intro, 41%. More than half the people left a minute in. By the way, that's a 2-hour video.
Not only did Ludwig create some PowerPoints about some general concepts and ideas when it came to content creation, but he actually did a real deal deep dive into the pitfalls that a lot of content creators hop down into. If you have not, I suggest that you watch all of Ludwig's segments from top to toe. He looked at people's individual channels and gave them advice.
Parts for YouTube, your YouTube's bad though.
How can I improve it? Can you give me a 30-second rundown?
Would never, you don't try. What do you do for your YouTube?
I think of ideas for streaming and I double dip.
Like, does the editor take it, or do you go, hey editor, we're gonna do this. This is how I want to package it. Or do you just fucking let them do their
I gotta
thing?
do this thing.
Every single week, I get into a call with every single one of my editors. I tell them the game plan for that week.
And in an act that almost brought me to tears, he even advocated for those
Not tears,
behind the
child.
scenes when it comes to creating content, helping the creators get their content out to the world.
Because you lost someone really good. It's not easy to find a good editor. You could have an awesome editor. He would have devoted to you all his time, his life. He would have crushed it. You fucked up.
I'm a crumb.
So now you have to find another editor. You have to give them a reasonable workload. And then if they're good, you hold on to them and you pay them what they're worth. You know what my editors make?
How much?
Hundreds of thousands.
His advice matters because it came from years, and I do mean years, of creating content, building live events, and consistently creating good performing content. He challenged the generic motivational content of consistency, dream
suck
it,
at
wish you want to
YouTube.
do it, that a lot of these YouTube gurus
I like when people are very blunt and honest with the information that they provide. I fuck with it.
advice people give out. Believing in yourself doesn't automatically mean that people are going to watch your content or that you even made good content. And consistency does not help when someone repeatedly makes content viewers don't want to watch. But it wasn't just him. Streamer Senna did a really good job in her performance as a teacher by talking about the importance of building a network as a way to
Senna too?
further your career as a content creator.
I was doing good in 2023. I got viewers, so I missed it at like 2K, whatever. I did that collab with Agent, changed my life. And from there, I met Ray, I met Kai, I met everyone. And I kept meeting all these people that I'm still friends with to this day, okay? Not only did I make friends and make networking connections, I grew. And we all grew. You know what I mean? It was amazing. Agent and I did our Zombies marathon. We both hit sub records. The reason I bring that up is because leeching is a term that I think has ruined streaming. Because y'all are so scared to like interact with one another and you don't want to like piss each other off, and it will ruin your time here.
They call it leeching now. I thought they were saying, I don't want to clout chase. Oh, that's what that one girl was saying that I did the video on, that Omizi made, actually, where she was crying and complaining that she's not getting the streams that she wants, and how we're just here to be cheerleaders for the big streamers. Like, she was complaining and saying that, oh, I don't want to be around big streamers because I don't want to clout chase. I'm not trying to clout chase off them. So Senna is right, and some people feeling that way.
That's what this is for.
Mind you, for the most part, this is a classroom full of small creators taking in this advice. And small creators constantly say they need connections. They need the bigger name to make content with them. And if you look at that Aisha Sophie video that we talked about just a couple of days ago, this is the exact class that she needed, even though she did get this lesson IRL from Senna. Overall, while the smaller creators are saying that they need these connections in order to go big, they don't necessarily know how to establish said connection. You open up the idea that a connection won't just build a career for you and maybe a stepping stone of it all, but what you do after that is very important. Overall, this year's professors covered different areas of the industry that are pivotal to being a greater content creator, instead of just giving this broad general advice about content creation. The classes felt way more intentional because each professor is teaching from something they have personally experienced. And I think that bringing in the experienced creators gave the students access to better information, but Streamer University became more valuable because ultimately those lessons expanded well beyond the classroom. Instead of just telling students how to be successful, professors like Agent literally put them through exercises that forced them to think and operate like real creators.
Yo, Josh! Yeah? I need to tell you before this experience is over. Change your name, bro. Change it? Take the f***ing part out, but take the f***ing out, though.
It's a V.
I'm not calling you flipping Josh, right? So I saw fucking Josh, you fucking Josh to me. But eventually, you know, you're gonna be fucking broke because you can't no fucking brand deals. So you wanna get a fucking brand deal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a terrible name.
Fuck Josh, even if you're a great fucking dude.
I mean, that's just solid advice. You remember in school you had that one professor that was strict about the hours that they were operating. You might have had questions when you got home or over the weekend, but you couldn't really give communication to them. Then you probably had that one professor that was willing and able to answer emails. If you saw them out in public, you were able to ask them questions. They hung around the school and stuff like that. Those were the best professors. And Agent 00 and a lot of the other streamer professors at Streamer University were exemplifying what a good professor should be. Agent took his role as professor extremely seriously. His presentations/classes were informative, and they put things into perspective for the students. Agent was teaching them that it's beyond the viral clips and the larger viewer count. Successful content usually requires planning, structure, packaging, collaboration, and clear reason for a viewer to stay and for a brand to connect with you. But outside of the random advice that he would give to content creators that were walking around the campuses and stuff like that, I think one of the best things that he did is take an idea that I know from personal experience that Agent loves and bring it to the main stage in his content creator Shark Tank.
Hi, Sharks.
So my name is Clarence NYC.
I'm Fumi Bean.
I'm Coach Court, and I'm Pudgy.
Today we're going to present the Great Reset, which is a 7-day course of resetting your mind, reclaiming your body, and reinventing your style.
All right, it's a no for me, though. I heard your idea. I love the premise.
Wrong show. The fuck? That's American Idol. I can't stand it. Oh, there's Chris. I was asking where he was in another video because I wasn't seeing him in none of the clips, but there he is.
Concept, but it's a very expensive concept. It's a no for me.
Agent loves this Shark Tank idea, guys. I think the activity forced content creators
It's a no for me, dog.
I think a lot of ideology and thought process behind content creation is just cut the camera on and go. Go out there, react, and do all these other things. Oh, I have this idea of a plan or a concept of a thought, and it's fire, so I want to go and execute it. But this class and this exercise, purposefully made content creators think about the logistics behind it all. Is this really doable? I have a budget of $10,000, I think was on the line. And can we get this done within budget? And then the example with the flipping Josh, he gave him solid and sound advice that sounds like a no-brainer, but again, because of what I said earlier, how content creators are just so on the go, spontaneous mindset, it never really connected with him until Agent said it. A simple name change can go so far. Just taking out some of the cursing or taking out some of the explicit content that you put out there can literally separate you from making $0 in brand deals to, hundreds of thousands or a limitless amount of money in brand deals. Based off of that clip that we had seen, it seemed like nobody had ever even forced Josh to critically think about what may be the consequences of having King in your name as opposed to something totally different. Josh could have had the best content in the world, and it would have all had to have been funded by his own pockets and never with sponsorship dollars, simply due to the fact that Nickelodeon Nickelodeon, Adidas, Puma, or whoever wouldn't be willing to tie their name to somebody with a curse word in the name.
But eventually, you know, you're gonna be broke because you can't no brand deals. So you
His look also is not brand friendly, and obviously he doesn't have to change himself entirely just to appeal to brands. But if that's your, objective eventually, like, you gotta clean up a little bit. Is this the same dude that Scott said he look a mess, but she was like, "You look a mess, boo"? Is this the same dude? It's like, all right, because he look a little crazy. Like, she wasn't lying. She also was trying to give him some free game, but do what you want.
Fuck brand deal, you know what I'm saying? They're not going with a fucking Josh, even if you're a great fucking dude.
And that's why the university aspect of it is all so important. This stuff expanded so far beyond the class. The way that the professors moved this year made content creation become more of a universal lifestyle 24/7 talking point, as opposed to, hey, we're attending this hour-long class here. Once we leave, we can kind of put that stuff to the back of our minds. I think the best part of all of it was that the flipping Josh, or whatever his new name is, was receptive of the idea.
Oh, never changed it. Oh, yeah. Nigga. Hey, that looks really good, man. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, this is a better hairstyle. I think he should keep it. Look, he probably was thinking about a lot of shit, and he like, actually, let me get these spikes out my head, because this looks a little bit more aggressive, for lack of a better word. It looks a little bit more intimidating. This is like, okay, like you a dude who's kind of out there, kind of different, but it's cool, But I don't know, the spikes kind of like make me feel like, oh, I don't know.
It shows that Josh is more coachable, and I think that being coachable doesn't mean just taking the content creator says for 100% face value. It means considering the criticism, understanding the logic behind what it says, and then changing only if the advice then makes sense. I like the Shark Tank idea because it was a realistic look at what happens when ideas meet actual criticism. Some concepts sounded cool and exciting until the judges kind of questioned the budget or execution or the audience and all that stuff.
This idea feels like a bunch of ideas can join together. I actually have the very unique experience of doing something like this, like a weight loss marathon. We did it for 10 days, and we made the mistake of spending a ton of money on things that we did not need to spend money on. It did not add much to the actual content. The loss was worth it. It was phenomenal content, but I'm not going to do something that crazy again unless the price justified a thing.
The impact of Stream University cannot be measured by one change that's made while you're at the event. The real results show when the streamers go home and have to apply those lessons that they learned in real time.
Yo, bro, what I don't want to hear is 8 months from now when Kai's booting up his next Stream University. Damn, man, all the people from this Stream University didn't take it seriously. You got the opportunity to come here. Do you know how rare this is? You are one of the coolest events ever hosted in streaming history, and you're giving it your all while you're here. And then you're gonna go home, and the expectation is you're gonna continue to give it your all. So I need y'all to really take this seriously. Streaming is fun, but the same way basketball is fun, hoopers are expected to hoop when hooping might not be that fun, when they gotta run laps, when they might be hurt, when they might be tired, when there might be stuff going on in their lives. So, streaming's not the hardest job in the world, but the more seriously you take it, I guarantee you will see way, way more dividends.
At this point, Kai Cenat and the other professors at Stream University have given these students exposure, mentorship, networking, and practical experience, and access to millions of viewers. Stream University now looks bigger than just some sort of creator event, but more a streaming boot camp or a content creation / talent development program. But at the end of the day, Kai Cenat cannot give these streamers and content creators the discipline or the consistency or the audience retention or a clear creator identity. And he also can't force them to take the lessons that they learned while they were there back home to the crib and then apply them in real life. The real test comes now. Stream University's last day is today, and going forward, they will have to take all the notes, all of the videos, and all of the things that they learned while they were on campus and apply them in real life. Mind you, the audience that they once saw, based off of the statistics that Ludwig brought to the forefront, will most likely dissipate. The people that they built relationships with will go on to their own corners of the map and most likely burrow into their own attempt at becoming some sort of big content creator. And this is where you need to really focus in on developing relationships and maintaining them, developing those good habits and maintaining them, and work on the craft with the tools and skills that you were given during these past few days at Stream University. They need to develop formats and storylines that work without the major creators being around them. They need to turn that temporary exposure into people who return regularly. Last year, Stream University proved that it could produce entertaining content. But this year, Stream University proved that it can develop better creators. The event can provide the education, they can provide provide all the resources. They can provide the tidbits and the tips and the tricks. The students are then responsible for what happens afterwards. And I think it would be a decent litmus test to judge Stream University based off of the streamers who succeed and continue to grow once they leave campus. And I think that's what makes this year so different than last year. The biggest criticism of last year's Stream University was that it was filled with just content and the school part was missing out. The school was more of like a place and space for the content event to be held as opposed to it actually teaching people how to maintain viewership and get real life lessons. This year, I do believe that Kai Cenat addressed that criticism. He took what Agent 00 did last year in his class that made him win Professor of the Year and implement that into other professors that he would bring in who would have their own expertise about how to be better content creators. Ludwig gave students an honest reality check. Senna taught them how relationships create opportunities. Agent explained the strategy behind successful content and forced students to defend their ideas. Streamer University feels much closer to their namesake as opposed to just, a place and space where people get their content on.
Wow, that's really dope that Kai took the criticism seriously and decided to have professors that were there to actually educate and actually share useful information that the students can implement, and become more successful. So that's really dope. And it sounds like they were really sharing some solid advice. Like Ludwig, when he was talking about the analytics, so many people just ignore their analytics completely. And all of these platforms have it. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they all show you the behavior of your viewers. And if you actually go in and look at it and try to use it to make your videos better, it can really make a big difference. Like he mentioned the intro. That's one of the reasons why my intro is so short, because people typically don't like long intros. So I get right into it. So looking at your analytics and seeing how your viewers are behaving, it can really make a difference. So yeah, it seems like they were sharing some real dope advice. Y'all definitely go check them out. I'm sure you can find the full videos to their classes. If you want to make content, check it out. Sounds like it was helpful. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.